Good afternoon. My call to order
Hi, how are you?
the called meeting of the Board of Regents of the Del Mar College District at 12 noon on Tuesday, August 24th. We are meeting via video and teleconference. I'm going to call the roll of the board. I'm going to do it differently, see if y'all can figure out what order I'm doing it today. Regent Villarreal.
Here.
Regent Kelly.
Here.
Regent Turner.
Here.
Regent Garza. Regent Averett.
Here.
Regent Bennett.
Here.
Regent Hutchison.
I'm here.
Regent Adami.
Here.
I'm Regent Scott. We have a quorum and conduct business. That was in reverse chronological order from when you joined the board, in case you couldn't figure that out. The members of the public have been offered the opportunity to attend this meeting in person as well as via audio or observe on our college's website. We have offered the opportunity for members of the public to provide comment either in person or via our registered public comment line. Are there any public comments for today's called meeting? Did anyone register for public comments? Jessica? So we do not. Thank you. We did have, prior to this meeting, 2 separate public hearings to hear comments on both our budget and our tax rate, with no attendance on either one of those. Regents, just as an FYI, after we conduct our business on our agenda today, we will have a brief closed session following our action items today. With that, we will run through a series of orders that Mr. Garcia will help present. Mr. Rivera will read the resolutions into the record, and then we will adopt each one of them separately. Mr. Garcia, is there anything that you haven't already told us that we need to hear today?
No, it's pretty much consistent. Just a few brief comments. Before you, Madam Chair and members of the board, is an action item for the approval of the fiscal year 2022 proposed budget. The college has complied with all legal requirements as mandated by the state for the purpose of adopting the budget. This includes a public notice for today's public hearing on the budget information. The college is now seeking your approval for the M&O budget valued at $110,924,159 and the debt service budget valued at $22,761,988.
Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Garcia. So for the record, Mr. Rivera is going to read the resolution for the adoption of our maintenance and operations and debt service budget for the record.
Regents, the proposed budget was provided to you in your packet and was posted publicly last week together with the notice for this meeting, and I will read it for the record. It's the order of the Board of Regents of the Del Mar College budget. Del Mar College District budgets 2021-2022. Be it ordered by the Board of Regents of the Del Mar College District that whereas budgets for the Del Mar College District have been prepared and submitted to the Board of Regents of the District in the manner required by law, and whereas a meeting has been called and held as a public hearing for the purpose of considering the adoption of a maintenance and operation budget and debt service budget after public notice of such meeting is required by law, and whereas all taxpayers and other persons of the district desiring to do so have been given the opportunity to be present and to participate in such hearing, therefore that certain budgets presented to the board at this meeting and filed among the official documents of this district be, and it is hereby adopted as the budgets for the Del Mar College District for the fiscal year beginning September 1, 2021 and ending August 31, 2022. Madam Chair and Regents, there's the usual and customary section to note who makes a motion, who seconds it, and the result of the vote, as well as the required signatures.
Excuse me, is there a motion to adopt the resolution as presented?
So moved.
Thank you, Dr. Adami. Second by Mr. Garza. Any questions or comments from Regents? If not, all those in favor of adoption of our budgets as so ordered by the resolution, please raise your hand. Any opposed, same sign. That motion is adopted unanimously. Thank you, Regents. Item number 2, discussion and possible action related to the order of the Board of Regents for our tax rates for 2021-2022. Mr. Garcia?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair. Before you is an action item for the approval of fiscal year 2022 tax rates. The college has complied with all legal requirements as mandated by the state for the purpose of adopting the 2022 tax rate. This includes a public notice of today's public hearing on the tax rates. The proposed tax rate is to increase the combined tax revenue from properties on the 2021 tax roll by 1.29%. The college is now seeking your approval for this action item.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Mr. Rivera, would you read the resolution, please?
Yes, Madam Chair. As before, Regents, this was provided to you ahead of the meeting in your packet and together with the agenda. The proposed order of the Board of Regents of the Del Mar College Tax Rate 2021. Be it ordered by the Board of Regents of the Del Mar College District that whereas the Board has duly and properly considered a proposal to increase total tax revenues from properties in the tax roll in 2021 by 1.29%, and whereas the Board is duly and properly called and held a public hearing required by the Texas Property Tax Code after giving the public notice required by the code and by law, and whereas all taxpayers and other persons desiring to do so have been given the opportunity to be present and to participate in such hearing, and whereas the Board is duly and properly given and published notice of these meetings as required by law, now therefore, the Board hereby approves and adopts the proposal to increase total tax revenues from properties in the tax roll in the preceding year by 1.29%, thereby increasing the total combined tax rate to be levied for 2021 to 28 and 3340 over 10 thousandths, or 0.283340 on each $100 property valuation in the district. This tax rate will raise more taxes for maintenance and operations than last year's tax rate. The tax rate will effectively be raised by 3.02% and will raise taxes for maintenance and operations on a $100,000 home by approximately $0. Again, there's the usual and customary section to note the motion made and who seconds it, as well as the vote and the required signatures.
Thank you, Regents. Are there any questions for Mr. Garcia or Mr. Rivera on the resolution? If not, is there a motion to adopt the resolution as presented? Thank you, Ms. Averett. Is there a second? Second by Dr. Villarreal. Any discussion on the motions? All those in favor of adoption of the resolution for our tax rate for fiscal year 2021-22, please raise your hand. All those opposed, same sign. Sorry, Ms. Hutchison, you were just a tad bit late. I want to clarify that you are voting for the resolution, correct? Yes. Thank you. There's just a little bit of lag. So that motion passes unanimously with no opposition. Thank you very much. Moving on to our next agenda item is discussion and possible action for the tax levy, and that has to be a separate resolution. Mr. Garcia?
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Before you is an action item for the approval of the fiscal year 2022 tax levy. The college has complied with all legal requirements as mandated by the state for the purpose of adopting the proposed M&O and debt service tax levy. This includes a public notice of today's public hearing on the tax levies. The proposed combined tax levy of 28 cents and 0.3340 of a penny is a reduced tax levy relative to prior year's 28 cents and 0.86 of a penny. The college is now seeking your approval for this action item.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Mr. Rivera, would you please read the resolution?
Yes, the proposed resolution reads as follows. This is the tax levy for 2021 of the Del Mar College District. Be it ordered by the Board of Regents of the Del Mar College District that the following taxes are hereby levied for the year 2021 on all property, real, personal, and mixed, located within the boundaries of the Del Mar College District and subject to taxation by it for the year 2021 under the laws of the state and of the United States. A total ad valorem tax of 28 and 33/40 over 10,000 cents, or 0.283340 on each $100 property valuation in the district for the purposes and in the specific amounts which follow. Section 1, an ad valorem tax of 20 and 52.96 over 10,000 cents, or 0.205296 on each $100 property valuation for the local maintenance fund of the Del Mar College District. Section 2, an ad valorem tax of 7 and 8,044 over 10,000 cents, or 0.078044 on each $100 property valuation for the interest and sinking fund of the Del Mar College District Limited Tax Refunding Bonds, Series 2013, Del Mar College District Limited Tax Refunding Bond Series 2014, Del Mar College District Limited Tax Refunding Bond Series 2015, Del Mar College District Limited Tax Bonds Series 2016, Del Mar District Tax Bonds Series 2014, Del Mar College District Limited Tax Bonds Series 2018A, Del Mar College District Limited Tax Bonds Series 2018B, Del Mar College District Limited Tax Bonds Series 2020A, Del Mar College District Limited Tax Bonds Series 2020B, and Del Mar District Limited Tax Refunding Bonds Series 2021. Again, there's the usual and customary spots for recording the motion and the second, as well as the vote and your signatures.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Garcia or Mr. Rivera? Seeing none, is there a motion to adopt the resolution for our tax levy for fiscal year 2021? Is there a motion to adopt? So moved. Thank you, Ms. Averett. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you, Dr. Adami. Any other questions? Could we see the screen, please, of Regents? Thank you very much. All those in favor of adoption of the tax levy resolution, please raise your hand. Thank you. Any opposed, same sign. That motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the board, for your continued support.
Thank you. And the final action today is regarding the tax exemptions for 2021 fiscal year. Mr. Garcia.
Yes. So before you is an action item for the approval of property tax exemptions in accordance with the state statute requirements. These tax exemptions are for qualified charitable organizations. Number 2, qualified disabled veterans. Number 3, homestead exemptions. Number 4, persons 65 years or older. And number 5, persons under 65 years of age who qualify for the payment of disability insurance benefits. A little bit more information about some of these exemptions. The qualified charitable organization provides an exemption from taxation of the assessed value of the property if it is used for religious, charitable, scientific, literary, or educational purpose. The qualified disabled veterans exemption provides between $5,000 and $12,000 exemption from taxation of the assessed value of property taxes that is owned by a disabled veteran of the armed forces. The homestead exemption provides a $5,000 exemption from taxation on the appraised value of a person's resident homestead. The property tax code also allows for Del Mar to provide an amount above the homestead exemption of $5,000. The college is proposing an additional amount of $50,000 to a person of 65 years of age or older, or a person who is under the age of 65 who qualifies for the payment of disabled insurance benefits. For more information about property tax exemptions, please contact the Nueces County Appraisal District to determine how you may qualify for this exemption. As a final note, this action item is consistent with prior year's requests, so the college is now seeking your approval for this action item.
Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Mr. Rivera, would you please read the resolution?
The final resolution for your consideration, Regents, it has to do with the exemptions, and it reads as follows. Resolve for the tax year that for the tax year 2021, all persons who qualify by law are granted an exemption in the amount of $5,000 of the appraised value of their homestead property. And resolve further that for the tax year 2021, persons of the age of 65 or older are granted an additional exemption in the amount of $50,000 of the appraised value of their homestead property, and qualified disabled veterans are granted the statutory exemption. And resolve further that for the tax year 2021, each person under 65 years of age who is qualified for the payment of disability insurance benefits as defined under Federal Old Age Survivors and Disability Insurance or its successor is hereby granted an additional exemption from taxation in accordance with Section 11.13 Subpart D of the Property Tax Code, the total amount of which is equal to $50,000 of the appraised value of such person's residence homestead property as that term is defined by the state constitution and law, provided the owner of such residence homestead property or his or her duly authorized agent or attorney applies at the office of the Nueces County Tax Appraisal District for said exemption in accord with the requirements established by the tax assessor collector or the Nueces County Tax Appraisal District as permitted by law. And resolve further that for the tax year 2021, each disabled veteran is entitled to the mandatory exemption provided in Section 11.22 of the Code, And resolve further that for the tax year 2021, each qualified charitable organization that has been granted exemption by the City of Corpus Christi is entitled to the tax exemption provided under Section 11.184 of the Texas Tax Code. Again, you've got the notation blanks for showing who made the motion and who seconded it, as well as the record vote and your signatures.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rivera. Any questions for Mr. Garcia or Mr. Rivera? If not, is there a motion to adopt a resolution for the tax exemptions?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly. Is there a second? Dr. Villarreal seconds that motion. Any other questions? All those in favor of adoption of the resolution clarifying our tax exemptions for fiscal year 21, please raise your hand. Thank you. Any opposed? Same sign. That motion passes unanimously. Thank you all very much for your attendance today. Mr. Garcia, please thank your team for all of their hard work over the last several months getting us to this budget adoption. We sincerely appreciate all of that work. Dr. Escamilla, you've been quiet today. Any wrap-up comments before we go into closed session?
No, I just want to echo your sentiments, Madam Chair. I do want to thank the Board of Regents. This is a relatively new, very new board in some ways, and I want to thank you all for getting us to this point, working with us, and to the team. Thank you all for all the diligence, all the good hard work that you all put into this, the countless hours and so forth. We thank you for your efforts. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir. So the board will now go into closed session pursuant to Texas Government Code 551.071 regarding pending or contemplated litigation or legal claims or a settlement offer or the seeking of legal advice from counsel on legal matters with possible discussion and action in open session. The time is 12:16 p.m. We have come back from closed session at 12:41 p.m. There is no action from a closed session. And with that, our meeting is adjourned at 12:41 p.m. Thank you all.
Bye. Thank you.